Oh boy, what's going on, guys? Forget that I can't wear my hat backwards in this Sparko because it doesn't like it. So, actually, you know what? Because we're using the lav mics today, we're trying to get a little bit creative, a little bit fancier. Let's clip this guy up here. See how that does? Because I see a lot of guys, or no, I'm sorry, clip it. I don't know. Some of these dudes clip it on the sides of their hat like that I watch. So we'll see how it sounds up here on the hat. Because I think the last time I had it up here on my chest, last time I had it here on my chest, the seatbelt messed with it a lot. So right now, honestly, this is kind of like a partial test. So if you see this footage, then it was pretty successful. Because the last time I tried using these microphones in one of my cars with the exhaust, I think it was in the Integra when I first bought them. And there was I don't know, interference probably isn't the right word, but I'm not an audio engineer by any means. I barely know how to do what I do now. I just do enough to get me by on my videos. And the audio was blown out really bad by all the bass from the exhaust. So I'm hoping that I don't have that issue with this car. So the Integra also had the windows down, so maybe that played part of it. This car has air conditioning, so I can thankfully have the windows up. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. It is, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, the 27th of August. I haven't filmed a video in a few days, honestly. It's just been like, I don't know. I mean, this video is going to be kind of just, we're hanging out, we're catching up, we're doing a little bit of a Q&A. If you don't follow me on Instagram, which hopefully you do, or, well, you should go follow me by now. You got 24,000 subscribers on here. I got like 7,000 on Instagram, so that's kind of depressing. Waiting for that big 10K one day. That way I can start making some money on Instagram. Anyways, so I did a Q&A on Instagram, and I saved the screenshot of a handful of questions I had. We don't have a crazy amount, so we're just going to kind of wing it. Like I said, if this video footage, if you're seeing this part of the video, then obviously the audio is working. So, yeah, we'll talk about some stuff that we got some questions for and see what happens. All right, so right now, on the way to the shop, it's midday right now. Like I said, Sunday, so it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I got a buddy coming by. I don't know if I've had his car on the channel yet. It's a track-driven. I mean, he's been in a video or two in the background, but my buddy Chase, he has a FK8 Type R that he tracks, and he comes to me for a lot of the work on it, especially like the welding stuff. He's pretty mechanically inclined himself, but he's one of those guys where even if he can just hang out and do it at my shop and pay me to use the space, he'd rather do that than do it by himself. He's just a really great guy. So in this case, he got himself a really big, fancy, big brake kit, because I've never seen anybody melt brake calipers before, but this dude somehow has gone through 2 OEM sets of the Type R Brembos, and like not physically melted, but like he's burned them up to the point where they're no longer red, they're just straight black. And they're for Honda, it's a heavy car, and he tracks his very hard. He's a very good driver, so whatever. So that's part of, depending on where this video is, we're gonna try and install those with him. If we find out that they clear the stock wheels, because that's up in the air. But right now I'm meeting with a guy because this last month has been a bit slower, which is actually one of the questions we got here from the Q&A, which is my buddy Chris, aka Belivo, aka G80 Chris. He asked how's business, and this kind of goes in hand with that. So like any of you guys that do small business stuff, you know that obviously it's up and down. It's terrifying, honestly, but last month was my best month yet. Whatever we were, July, I think. And this month was the polar opposite. It wasn't my worst month yet. I mean, well, I guess probably one of my worst months for a month that I was here the entirety of the month. But thankfully, with the Del Sol roof braces that I just sold out, and then I had a couple medium-sized jobs over the weekend, or the end of the week, and now into the weekend, thankfully, should be doing all right. But yeah, so today, I got a job coming on because I started advertising on Facebook Marketplace. Now, normally they flag your posts on Marketplace, and they don't let you post it on there for anything business related, but I just posted it as, that I'm selling, stainless exhaust and suspension, because I kind of, I just put in there, whatever I do. So I've had a bunch of inquiries on there, nobody's serious yet, because it's always like trying to weed out, the dumb people or the really cheap guys. Like somebody hit me up with like a Dodge Charger, wanted me to install some really haggard, muffler shop special exhaust, and have me transfer like a cherry bomb on it that's on in the car already, and like whole thing. So I quoted him a realistic quote for what I would charge, and he got all offended. So this guy that we're going to go meet up with right now at the shop, he has a truck that he did a 4-link conversion on, and he's got some crazy airbag suspension thing. I don't know nothing about trucks and airbags and stuff, but whatever was welded on in the rear end that he believes was done incorrectly. So the truck squats and leans to the left, I think, or leans to the passenger side. Yeah, to the passenger side. So gonna go do that. So in the meantime, that's kind of where this is. So business has been up and down. I wouldn't rather have it any other way, doing anything but my own thing. I can't stand the idea of going back to a day job. So I'm just praying one way or the next, this and or whatever else I can come up with, I can do as my primary source of income. And obviously YouTube gives me a couple bucks to get some coffee with more than anything these days, but it's still fun nonetheless. But all right, yeah, so now that question's out of the way, I guess we can move on to the next. So another one is from my buddy Anzul. He's asking if I've enjoyed working on the Mustangs, because I've had a handful of Mustangs lately. As long as there's no traditional Ford things you got to do to them, like manifold swaps where hardware is known to break, then yeah, Mustangs aren't too bad. I don't know, I'm just not a domestic car guy. I don't dislike them, but just not my thing. So to me, it's just another day on the job. And then this next one is coming from one of our SoCal buddies, Ambidextrous. I think he has a YouTube channel as well. Some of you guys might know him. And he's asking, because he follows me on Instagram as well, and if you guys don't, and you don't watch videos regularly, I've been a pretty avid gym goer the last year and a half. So he's asking if I'm ever going to post fitness content, and probably not, solely for the reason that I loathe going to the gym and ever seeing anybody with a tripod and a camera setup. Like, I'm not against filming fitness stuff, but I don't want to be that guy at the gym, and I don't follow a strict enough diet. I don't lift enough to make anything worth filming, in my opinion. And I'm definitely no Sam Sulek, if you guys know who he is. So probably not. Like, I'm happy discussing it on Instagram, maybe get a clip here or there of me doing something at the gym for Instagram, but at least for normal content, I don't really have any plans for it at the moment. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. But if it's something you guys are into, by all means, I'll figure out a way to make it work where I'm comfortable doing it. But yeah, I don't know. Moving on, this one's based on BMW stuff. So do you prefer the E36 over the S2000 handling wise with the time you've had with it so far? I can't honestly say, because I don't have a fair opinion, because my S2000's set up for handling and the BMW is not. The BMW is set up to go sideways. So, the camber, the alignment, which is really terrible right now, which I'm waiting on some new camber arms so I can get that fixed. And so in the moment, I know the BMW, with all the stuff I've done to it, handles extremely well. And I could tell it would be a super solid platform if I wanted to do it that way. But each car has their purpose. I enjoy them both thoroughly. So I can't pick favorites on which one's better for that when they're two separate, purposes. Just realized there's like a Golf GTI behind me on some RPF ones loaded up with decals all over the fender, so surprised he's not trying to mess with me right now. And moving on, so what is the worst thing you've had to deal with on the Integra? In general, honestly, the car hasn't given me that much trouble. I'd probably have to say anything wiring related. That's anytime I have to do wiring on that, I dread it. I don't want to touch the car. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't touched the car in quite a while anyways, you guys know. But I don't know. Anything wiring related has always been my gremlin. Yeah, see, I don't know if you guys just saw the guy. But yeah, anything wiring related has always been the worst thing. Mechanically, the car has always been pretty darn sound. I've never had any real issues with it. Like, it's always worked in one way or the other. So, pretty easy. Even the right-hand drive stuff, that wasn't hard. That was just scary. So, nothing really crazy there. And then somebody's asking, where's the new shop? Still trying to find it. Keep getting declined. So any of you guys on here that have ever had any experience with trying to do anything with even real estate in general nowadays, from what I've gathered, it's not just automotive business, it's just real estate as a whole. I guess it's just a really tough thing to do right now. But yeah, the shop hunt has been incredibly uneventful. Just lots of inquiries, lots of emails, lots of phone calls and text messages with nothing good. We did just go look at one the other day, though. This one's completely private party, and it's looking hopeful. So, I mean, I'm trying not to get my hopes up in general, but it sounds like it might be the one. But we got to wait a couple weeks, figure out what's going on with this guy while the current tenants are trying to get out of there. But yeah, we'll see. Other than that, yeah, the new shop, whatever. Good luck. I don't know where it is yet. You tell me. And then the next guy, this is officially Lauro built. He is asking, what motivates you? Is that what that's saying? I'm trying to find it here. Got my things all mixed up. Yeah. What motivates you? Honestly, nothing. I am I don't know. I'm self-motivated. I don't have much motivation other than I know what I want, and I just I guess I have the work ethic to keep forcing myself to go until I get what I want. Like, you know, in this case, I wanted the BMW. I wanted to be able to drive it as quickly as possible and start drifting as quickly as possible. So, you know, I found a way to make it happen. Not much motivation behind it other than this is new to me, this is fun to me, I'm going to find a way to make it happen. So the next step, like my big picture that keeps me going doing the business and the YouTube stuff is like, I want to get a house, I want to do the next thing in life, and, you know, just got to work my way there. Once I accomplish those things, once I get my first house, do whatever, I'll have to find a new goal to work towards. But motivation in general is very hard to come by. I mean, some days it's, you know, I wake up and it's honestly more so in the nighttime after I've settled in, I get all these good ideas and then all this fresh motivation, and then by the time I wake up, it's gone. But in general, I don't have much that motivates me other than I just have goals and I find a way to make those goals. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably a really dumb answer to that question, but I don't know. Motivation's hard to come by. This one is Eugene Backyard Repair. He's asking, why don't you want to try an old school build, maybe a K-swap in like a Samurai or a Tracker or something? And it's not that I don't want to, but those things don't really interest me. I would love to do an off-road build for sure at some point, but I know a K-swap in an off-road rig is not ideal. With off-road, you need torque, and, you know, that's just not practical. So, I don't know. It doesn't really spark my interest more than anything. Short and sweet, to the point. And then this one's another shop one. This is that one Civic asking, what's happening with the shop search? Wish you all the best. So that goes back hand in hand with the other one. So still, like I said, just trying to make things work, but I don't know. Life is a struggle right now for all of us. And another motivation question. This one's coming from a local DA guy. He's asking, what's the best way to regain motivation when it's been lost? And again, for me, that falls back on a goal thing. Like, what is it that you're trying to do in life, I guess, right now? So, I don't know. If you're not happy in your current situation, figure out what is going to make you happy and figure out how to make that thing work. For me, the only happiness I find primarily, like, is making videos, building cool cars, and meeting people. So I changed things around, like started going to the track more with the S2000 and meeting people there. So now at the BMW, that's its whole point. Learn a new skill, because I've always wanted to, you know, get into something rear wheel drive and actually start sliding it. Can't do it with the S. Overbuilt the Miata, so I couldn't do it in that. So meet new people with the drift community. So I don't know, that's what gets me going. So whatever you think, I guess, whatever you got going on in life where you're not happy or you've lost motivation, then I think you got to reevaluate what you're doing everything for, or what you're trying to do with everything you have, if that makes sense. Then is Lazy Man Garage. This is more Finn, but yeah, I don't know. Finn's a chubby boy and it's Arizona summer right now, so when it cools off, you can come hang out at the shop a little bit more. But right now, that boy, unless I bring his pool down, which we don't have room for in the shop, he's gonna be cooking. And then this one is from Reptilian Chief. He's asking, what's your favorite thing about the DA and least favorite thing about him? Yeah, so favorite thing and least favorite thing about the Integra? Honestly, the favorite thing is probably the interior. Not my interior specifically, because I'm kind of like sick of my car, but just DA interior in general I think is really cool. Least favorite thing? I don't know. Probably the fact that, like, you just can't find nothing for them. Nobody makes nothing. Nobody sells nothing. Nothing exists. I don't know. There's not a lot of bad about that car. Even in a bone stock platform, the engine, you know, not powerful, not torquey, but so reliable, so good. You know, the auto seat belts, as long as they work, I think they're a really cool thing. Like, it just looks cool. I don't know. Not a lot of things that I dislike in general about it. It's just a good car. Shoot, I don't even know. I think I already blew through all the questions. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the questions, so. not like going in the light shift from the sunlight to the shade. But anyways, yeah, so you know, just trying something different. It's been a minute since we've done a Q&A, and then honestly I want to pick up a new GoPro, that Hero 11 Black, and I want to start doing some more like point of view stuff, because I don't know, at least for myself, I found myself really enjoying point of view content creation lately. Like watching it personally. Like there's a few dudes I follow on like TikTok and stuff that, and YouTube, that just do, you know, point of view, and they just kind of cut the clips up of them doing whatever, whether, like, I don't know, it's just, to me it's interesting. So I used to make a lot of point of view driving videos, especially in the Integra back when I first moved back to Arizona, and those videos got good views. They still get repeated traffic, so maybe we'll do that, because I wanted to do that and start learning how to, you know, drift in the E36. So it gives me more of an excuse, because I'm getting kind of bored making the same content that I've been making, because I feel like it just bores everybody. And a lot of you guys do enjoy it. You just like videos, which I really appreciate you guys. But I've noticed, you know, my views and everything are dwindling, just like, I mean, I guess everybody's is, so it's not a huge excuse, but whatever. I just like to sometimes just get my work done, and it's not worth filming all the time to me, especially when I have to pick up the camera, set the angle, you know, do all that. But I'm not going to drag this on, so just give you guys a quick little heads up with the Integra stuff, even though you can't really see it because it's all blown out because of the shade right now. But my girlfriend's probably going to start or fiance, whatever, she's going to start tracking that here once track season starts. I have, you know, brand new tires to go on it. It just needs tires and alignment, and I got to like clean the throttle body because the idle's kind of sticking a little bit. But other than that, like, it's ready to go. So, you know, you guys will be happy to see that the Integra is going to get some love here in the next couple months. And then, yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for spending some time out of your day here with me. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing. If you want to support it more, please, by all means, you know, share it around. Go buy a shirt off velocityracefab.com. And do what you love. Forget about the rest. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.